1 second, it's opening day. You're getting excited. Your favorite player had a good first 2 weeks. You're talking about him for the All-Star game, and all of a sudden, it is September. Where does the time go? We are talking about POTM for the month of August. Some big-time performers, and thankfully, Mookie Betts made this choice a little easier. Or I guess STS made this choice a little easier by giving him the 99 set collection. So let me know in the comment section down below who should get a POTM card for the month of August. Who do you think was so damn good that they should get rewarded in the halls of 97s? And leave a like down below. Subscribe, let's get into it. So we'll start out with the MVP, as some Mets fan would say, DJ Stewart. And I gotta say, if this man is 210 pounds, I must be anorexic then. He is putting together a pretty damn good stretch there for the Mets. It's getting called up. So it'll be a fun card. You know, he's going to have like near max power, hit for a tremendous amount of slug, isolated power. In the month of August, the vision, not so much. The fielding, you know, I sugar-coated this quite a bit. Center field, he might have scrub daddy that off the screen. I don't think he can play center field, but DJ will be a fun card. Kerry Bonds. I really want to see, he got a BR card or a Topps Now card earlier in the year, and he was cracked. Great swing. And the Tigers, they got some good, fun young players. You need to start fleshing out that theme team. Gonna make a video talking about the best captains that you guys can run, and also talking about the theme teams. Tigers, not particularly one of the best ones out there currently, but Kerry would make that a hell of a lot better. Ryan Brazier for the Dodgers, I do believe he went down with an injury, but that doesn't change the fact that he had a really good month. See the pitch mix right there? 4-seam slider, sinker circle changeup would mix really well. Limited hits exceptionally, so I gave him a fat old 121 hit 9. Just I think would be good across the board. You know, everything he was pretty successful at. And I know a lot of people's bullpens got absolutely ravished by the exclusion of set 2 content. So Brazier helped fit in a pretty big hole. Here we go. Next one. We got Yanir Diaz for the Astros, which I think truly more people have to talk about him. For so long, the story was, yeah, their offense is great, but they have to stick old Martin Maldonado and his 550 OPS ass behind the dish. Not anymore. Yanir Diaz is a pretty solid defender back there and a very good offensive piece. I think this would be a fun card. Again, it would be probably not going to start over an Adley Rutschman, but for theme team content, it would be just fine. I do have a prediction that we're going to start to get more 99s in the POTM slot as well leading up to the postseason program. I just can't imagine that they're going to keep up the 95, 97 bullshit for too much longer. Surely they can't, right? Kyle Finnegan here for the Nationals. He was, I believe, 100% on save opportunities. Pitched 13, 14 innings out of the pen, had a busy month, and he is outlier 2-seam. One of the very rare candidates that can say that. Kind of like Josh Hader, but he is a righty. Slider and splitter as the other 2 pitches, and again, would just be pretty balanced. Hit K and BB did pretty good job in all of those categories, and I do think he deserves to be rewarded with a nice diamond card here. And we got Brian Reynolds. I don't believe, actually, I'm going to check at the background right here while I keep rambling. I don't think Brian Reynolds has gotten a card all season, which is crazy because he's typically one of the most beloved faces. Who remembers 99 finest last year, was unbelievably better than Mickey Mantle. And yeah, no charisma, no kaiju, no incognito. The old Brian Reynolds has no cards this year besides his last series. Well, it's time to get his first. He didn't have like the best August, but certainly worthy of a card, I think. Contact around 100 aside. Power against righties really would be up there. The defense, and he's always a little bipolar whether or not he decides to have a good glove. Kind of like Bryce Harper a little bit, who may or may not be on this list later. I think Reynolds, switch hitter, would be a really good solid choice. Ryan Mountcastle, another guy who got a mid-90s diamond earlier on in the year, but his card is now excluded based on the sets and seasons. malarkey. And Mountcastle needs a new card. The Orioles theme team needs a new card. I think that's really been their content style, is just patching in, making sure these players have an eligible card and keep the train moving, even if it's not a 99. That's really been their content focus so far. And he'd be pretty good. The contact really high. The power against righties a little bit of a gap, but killed lefties. 120, 119 is what I gave him. And little versatility, if you could call it that. I'm not sure I want somebody with 49 arm strength trying to relay a ball in from the outfield. We'll call him a first baseman. We got Zach Eflin, was one of the really good underrated pickups from free agency last year. He's having a great season for Tampa, and Lord knows they needed it. With McClanahan going down, they've had, who else? Drew Rasmussen, Jeffrey Springs. I think all three of those got hurt this year for the rest of the season. Eflin, biggest thing for him is he didn't really limit hits that well, like 235 opponent batting average. But sinker cutter combo with really good BB9 and lower velocity means it's going to be dot city, bitch. Welcome, Zach Eflin. Next up, Zach Geloff. Another Zach, just spelled a little differently. This man, apparently he was on Team Israel for the World Baseball Classic. Him and his brother, who's also a fairly highly touted prospect in some system that I can't remember, so I'm not going to try and lie to you that I know what it is. But he had a pretty damn good month of August here in his rookie year. Been one of the few bright spots in an otherwise sea of horse shit that is the Oakland Coliseum. Geloff would have a solid card. Defense okay. The speed makes up for it. 80 out there. Can play third short and second. Again, if you have second base primary / secondary, you can always play shortstop, and the inverse is true too. You just lose like 10 fielding opposed to 5. And he would have inverse splits, but I think this card would be solid for sure. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Again, it's not like these are going to be 99s. I can't saying that they're going to be God Squad members for you, because they likely won't. Freddie Peralta here for the Brewers had a very nice month. Struck out a lot of batters, didn't allow many hits, and even limited walks better than he normally does. Doesn't have the best pitch mix, doesn't throw the hardest. He is pretty standard, 2 breaking balls, a changeup, and a fastball. He'd be fine. He'd do really good in Conquest. I guess that's the best thing I can say. Biggest problem with gameplay at this point is probably just the pitchers. I want them to find out a way to make more than 2 styles meta. Sinker cutter and velo is basically the 2 things that guarantee success, and they need to find more ways to include other pitchers without just miraculously making Freddie Peralta throw a sinker and a cutter out of nowhere. We have Davis Schneider, who did get a Topps Now card, but mind you, that did happen previously. Riley Green got a Topps Now and a POTM in the same set. And Davis Schneider, statistically, I believe he was off to the best start in Major League history. 1,400 OPS through his first 50 at-bats. He needs a beefy card. I tried to limit this because he's not going to get lightning, even though he should. He's the best hitter of all time. But 125, 112 contact, 115 power left. The fielding, I left it where it is because, my God, at some point, this is going to be like a 112 overall card. I don't think that's the goal, but he'd be super fun. Along with the positional versatility, the entire infield, and even outfield if you want to stick 54 out there. Davis Schneider would be a fun-ass card. He's 5'10". I think that fits the short king captain too, so that'd be nice. We got Max Scherzer. When the sets and seasons were involved and with theme teams trying to make sure a player gets involved with every team's theme team that they played for, Scherzer's a tough one because you got the D-backs, you got the Tigers, the Nationals, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Rangers. Old Max gets around. He's like the town bike. Everybody gets a ride. You got 113, 109, hitting K. That's what I gave him. He does not have the velo that prime Max Scherzer would have, but you could argue if he played the Twins every game, he'd still be in his prime. I think it'd be a fun card, how many times are we going to get a chance to see a Texas Rangers Max Scherzer? I don't know. I think you should give him a fun card. Seiya Suzuki put together a really nice month of August, especially against righties for the Cubs right there, amidst their playoff hopes. 111, 118 would crush righty. Kind of a Keston Hira sort of type there. Lefties, not so much. Would be a little pedestrian on that side. But fun card. I think last year he had a tops now. It was really, really good. Raisel Iglesias for the Braves. I think he was the best relief pitcher in baseball last month, and he's going to get rewarded. I spot the 2-seam with the sinker. They've been doing that a little bit more often. I think they would do the same here for Raisel. It's just crazy, man. How can the Braves be the best offense of all time and also have the kind of pitching that they do? I think this card would be pretty badass. 99 overall club if they did want to start giving those out to set cards. Raisel would be amazing. Max Kepler, the German Jesus. We have to talk about some Twins. We have to, because he had a really nice month, and he has not gotten a card this year. Strange. I always thought he was terrible against lefties. Whenever I would watch the Twins, see a lefty go up against Max, be like, oh shit, we're done. No, he was really good against lefties last month. Way better than righties. We gave him 112, 114. Diamond defense, can play first base as well. This would be a really good card. One of my favorite swings in the game. If I see him in BR, I take him no matter what. Cionel Perez for the Orioles. We'll give you a nice lefty option, kind of a Jake Diekman type. Throws about as hard and is a lot more accurate. I think the Diekman card's got like 20, maybe 9. About 2.5 times that for old CNL. Sonny Gray, another Twin. As a Twins theme team truther, I will tell you there's nothing worse in the game than us right now. We have Walter. We have Walter Johnson. You know, if you collect 2,000 Team Affinity cards. Sonny Gray, very good month. You could argue he's going to be a real contender. He might finish top 3. He might finish first for Cy Young. This card would be really good as well. 100 plus on hit K and BB. Pitch clutch, also pretty damn good. 5 pitches, sinker, cutter combo. And also doesn't throw that hard. Throws dots and also is just effective because the hit and K9 are a little higher, so you're going to get some swings and misses. Sonny Gray, I think it would be an amazing choice. And that leads us to the Lightning. We got Bryce Harper right here. Now, he did get a 97 overall in the Snapshot Series Team Affinity. But it's Bryce Harper, right? He's a fan favorite. I gave him 110 contact aside. Notice the first base primary now. Been playing pretty well there. Saw a couple defensive gems from Harper already at first. The power, super high. Did not look like he had the power stroke enabled this year. He was contact swinging. Nope, he's back to Bryce Harper. And he putting up very similar numbers to last year. And you saw what he did the postseason once he got really alive. This card would be amazing. You know, the quirks he has. I think he has 10. I think Harper's the most quirks in the game, or at least tied with it. It would be amazing. Everybody loves the swing. The vision would be pretty high too. The clutch is high. Harper would be phenomenal. But is he going to get it? Or is it going to be Julio Rodriguez? It's tough. Like we said, Harper's got the 97. He had a 99 in set 2. J-Rod is not. No, he has had a 99 in set 1. 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Been a while. J-Rod obviously had one hell of a month of August. He had a huge stretch right there. I think he was like 9 for 9 at one point. He was setting records. And he'd be so good. The contact super high, the power not quite. Bryce Harper kind of changed the two around. Would you rather have the contact or the power? But with J-Rod, you get the better defense. You get the max arm. You get the max speed with him as well. I don't think you can go wrong. We're looking at 2 candidates, 2 big names that people like to see. Both of them good swings, always good at the show. Personally, I would say they're going to go J-Rod just because Harper has many more chances to get a 99. I mean, he's been an MVP the postseason from last year. He already has had a 99 in set 2 not too long ago, sooner than Julio. That's what I'm thinking, but let me know in the comment section what you guys think down below. It's going to be a fun POTM. This is going to drop in a few days, and let me know who you think deserves to get some Player of the Month cards. I hope you guys have a good one. Leave a like down below.